once people start moving into relaxation and calm and into bliss or pleasure, orgasm, bliss states, things like that, then their vibrational frequency begins to increase, and their body begins vibrating at a different frequency, which you can actually feel within your own body. And then, of course, that changes your mental and emotional states. So one of the things that I started doing way back then was mapping certain muscles in the body that I sensed related to sexual stress. And of course, that's nothing new. A lot of modalities that have come from Wilhelm Reich have assessed, the body and its posture and movement and how that relates to our emotional states. I think one of the things that I brought into the tantric body de-armoring with that was to connect it with trigger point therapy. And so once I started mapping the different muscles in the body, and some of those are in the jaw and in the skull, in the chest, in the front of the spine. Of course, most people have probably heard of the iliopsoas muscle, and it's a main muscle that gets released in tantric body de-armoring experiences. But by mapping out these muscles, what I started to find was that people were able, once they had this physical and emotional stress, and these muscles were starting to function in a much more natural way without any resistance from the trigger points, that people were able to start to cultivate and circulate their sexual energy through their bodies, meaning that they were not just feeling pleasure within the genital area, but they could start to feel pleasure anywhere in their body. And I guess this led to me starting to understand it this way, that every cell in our body is made of the same thing. And when we know how to use breath, sound, and movement in the way that the tantric or Taoist textbooks talk about, we're able to change the vibrational frequency of every cell in our body. And so if we're able to move into an experience where we're cultivating and circulating our sexual energy through our entire body, then every cell in our body can start vibrating at that orgasmic frequency. And that's a very profound meditation. And in my experience, it's an essential part of our spirituality. Because when we're able to move into those extended states of consciousness for a period of time, where our entire body is vibrating at that orgasmic frequency, dormant parts of our brain start to reactivate.